Yo there gang, and welcome to the second video in our anatomical series where today we're going to be breaking down the glutes, aka the butt. Even though your butt just looks like one big muscle, there's three main muscles that make up the glutes. They've got cool old Roman names. One of them is the glute maximus, which is mainly what helps us in pushing forward. And then we have the glute medialis and the glute minimus as well, which help out with stepping side to side and rotating the knee in and out. Now the glutes alongside the hip flexors are by far the most important muscle groups that you need to know about to have a healthy spine for the rest of your life, and also so you can get that good feeling of youth, longevity and athleticism back. The reason why is because they're both perfectly complementary opposite muscle groups. The hip flexors help to lift the knee up or bend the hip, and the glutes help to extend that leg back or extend the hip. So if we're running, one of them lifts the knees up, the other one drives that power back into the ground. So as you can see, if we get real strong with both of these, we will get more explosive in any kind of sporty activities that we do. Now the glutes have loads of functions, right? As we said, they help to extend the hip. So if we are going from a sitting position to standing up, that's both the glutes getting involved there. If we were jumping, that's another form of hip extension. We have a single leg hip extension. If we're walking or running, they extend out towards the sides as well. And when we lean our weight into one side, they help to rotate the spine. Now, a big problem with the glutes is when they get weak, they usually become something that we call being inhibited, which basically just means that your body has forgot how to send contractions to them properly, and the glutes no longer help to support the spine and other joints of the body like the way they should. And that can end up looking like this, right? Let's say the glutes get really tight. Well, the glutes contract and shorten when we stand up, and they lengthen and stretch when we try and bend over. So if these get too tight when we're bending over, then I'm no longer going to be able to bend down past a certain point with a straight spine. And when we bend over with a straight spine, it means that the glutes are helping to support the spine and take any kind of load. So let's say I'm bending over right now and I've got to pick something off the floor. I always want to pick it up ideally with a straight spine. If the glutes are not flexible enough anymore, then I'm going to end up bending over at the spine and picking up things just using the strength for lower back. This is how a lot of people end up getting slip discs when they get older. It's not that their body is too weak to be able to pick up something off the floor. It's that the glutes are no longer working in tandem with the spine, and the spine's just taking a lot of extra load that it doesn't need to. When it comes to the side-to-side times, if we get weak on the glutes that are helping to do that function, then we're going to end up with a pretty stiff lower back. But it's worse if we just end up with it on one side. If we end up with it on one side, it can cause this localized one-side back tightness, and that usually causes one side of your hips to hike up. So it can end up feeling like you're leaning your weight more dominantly on one leg. And also it's just annoying to have a tight back on one side all your life, because the glutes also help out with rotation of the spine as well. If we end up really weak with them, particularly on one side, that can end up rotating the pelvis out of shape. And if you can imagine, your spine, it likes being straight, man. It doesn't like the discs being all contorted and twisted. And you can see already how that would be a bad recipe for disaster for picking up heavy objects off the floor. If you end up with glutes that already aren't helping the spine to pick things up, and the spine is already twisted at the base, then it's just going to be a slip disc waiting to happen. The glutes are also big shock absorbers for the body as well. Every single time that we land and we bend down, these help to take a ton of the impact from landings that we do. That'll happen whether we're running or whether we're just jumping off something small. And if the glutes aren't helping to take that impact, then that impact is going to be going further towards the lower back and towards the knees as well. So typically when someone's got really, really bad knee pain, it's usually either a problem with the ankle or a problem with the glute. And most of the time it's a problem with the glute. As I said, because the glutes have an awful lot of functions to them, it can really mess it up if they're not strong. But if your glutes are nice and strong, you're going to have a healthy spine and you're going to have plenty of athletic potential for the rest of your life. And all these different functions are the reason why we train the glutes in all kinds of different ways in our sessions. It's the reason why we do banded hip thrusts to be able to help with hip extension. It's the reason why we do our side steps so we can strengthen those side aspects of the glute. It's the reason why we do the hamstring hip bridges, where the glutes are helping to push the hips into the air with the hamstrings. And if you've been in one of our sessions where we do the abductions at the end of the hip thrust, well, it's the reason why we get in there as well, because the glutes help out with external and internal rotation of the knee. So honestly, whether you stay in the boot camps in the future or not, get yourself a pack of these glute resistance bands of Amazon, man. It costs you about £7 for a pack of them. Train those hip flexors to death, train these glutes to death, and have a healthy back and healthy knees for the rest of your life. So that's it on the glutes for today. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Until next time, peace out, guys.